What is going on YouTube? Hit back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Now, guys, if you remember where we left off on the channel, we were talking about the fact that we are starting to see probably a pullback come for the markets and then a subtle run back to the upside here. As you can see in my two videos, I referenced both of these, situations happening. You can see I drew 2 days ago, right here, a correction followed by a run to the upside. And then I drew yesterday, you could see once again, now this arrow is a little bit different, but you guys get the gist here, where we correct down and then followed by a swing to the upside here. And we talked about the possibilities of shorting these cryptocurrencies. We actually took out some short positions here, which have been fairly successful, if you ask me. Not so much on XRP, as XRP has just slightly dipped below our support here, but on things like Ethereum, clearly getting rejected off its top, starting to correct downwards. I said very specifically 2 days ago and yesterday that I'm getting a little eerie feeling about wanting to buy in for a long position because it seems like Ethereum has hit its cap. We hit target on Ethereum, which is the main reason why we decided not to take a long position. As you guys can see, we had a triple bottom formation here. Typically, what happens with triple bottoms is we run the same size as we fell, which would cap us right at the moving average. I also said specifically that we need to break through this resistance here for us to see the run actually happen. We did just that. We closed and confirmed above this resistance, right at about, where is it? $1,360. Once we confirmed closing above that, that's when we bought in. And we were able to make a run all the way up to here, taking profits closer to $15.50 in that range here. So we made quite a bit of money. Then we started to see the markets drop. As you can see here, markets actually fell. We corrected down and we decided, probably not the time to be buying in. Let's just wait it out. And as you can see, we hit the top. And just as quickly as we hit the top here, we came right back down. And I expected to see this resistance come back because not only did we hit a price ceiling, we hit the moving average, we hit the resistance on the relative strength indicator. Multiple reasons for correction to happen. And it goes beyond Ethereum. Bitcoin starting to pull back down. XRP pulling back down. The S&P 500 not really seeing the pull down, but we are lower than where we were yesterday. We're starting to see a bit of resistance as we are tied in with, once again, a price ceiling. Once again, tied in with the moving average here. You can see on the 4-hour charts here, we are overbought on the 4-hour, and you can see on the daily, we are overbought. These are all signals of short-term, hear me out, short-term consolidation to the downside followed by runs to the upside. So we're going to cover with you where we expect to see the bottom in for these cryptocurrencies. However, we are on an ascending, path or ascending channel to the upside here. We are creating higher lows than previously. You can see the motion here where each time we come back down, it's higher than the last. So more than likely, we'll see that pattern happen as well for all of these cryptocurrencies here, which is exciting. So for more information, definitely make sure to stay tuned for the rest of today's video. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's jump into today's episode. All right, guys, super quick before we dive into today's video. As you know, I do have a finance channel that I started 2 months ago. I'm trying to get it to be monetized so that I can be really involved with the YouTube algorithm, which I don't believe I'm in just yet. I feel like I have to hit the YouTube algorithm and hit 1,000 subscribers first and the 4,000 hours of watch time before I can actually start accessing and using the key tools that I've been learning to grow this channel to a bigger audience. Now, I did drop a video yesterday, as you can see, which is why you're taught to be poor. It is an evergreen video. I highly recommend watching it. There's a lot of important things that I feel like not many people know about. So definitely make sure to go check this out if you're interested. Link down in the description below. But I am dropping a video this week in regards to the recession that's happening. It's going to be quite interesting. Hopefully, I drop it this week. Hopefully, I can get it done by then. I should be able to. It's quicker than how long it takes for me to edit something like that. So definitely stick around and check this out in the description. But with that being said, diving into the technical analysis, you can see the top 10 cryptocurrencies here. It's at $1 trillion in regards to the crypto market cap here, 1.05 trillion. You can see overall the past week, we are doing very well. We're up 8.98%, 14%, 15%, 12, 14, 19, 16, 12, 10, 24, 52, 10, 28. Like, we're doing very well in regards to weekly, resistances that we've hit in the past year, or the weekly supports that we've hit in the past year. But overall, the past 24 hours, we're actually starting to see the markets dip, which makes sense. As you guys know, we're not in a bull market just yet. However, I do believe we've hit a bottom. Now, typically, the markets act in a cyclical pattern. And what we've noticed over the past couple of years, and it takes a while to really understand this, and from my experience being in the markets for about 5 years, we tend to see 3 cyclical patterns. The first is the dump. The second is the consolidation. The third is the bull run, and it's repetitive. It happens. So we've already experienced the dump already. Or you can, slide back further. We've already seen the bull market. We've already seen the dump. The third phase that we need to see is the consolidation. So I do strongly believe that we see this consolidation. Now, typically, what happens during the consolidation phase is we find a bottom, which I believe we found for XRP and the other cryptos at about 30 cents for XRP. Now, what I expect to see happen is once we've peaked at the bottom here, you can see I more than likely believe we'll see a run back to the upside, short term, something like this. Maybe we peak right here. Then we come back down to retest resistance. I'm just going to zoom out so I can get a better understanding. Yeah, that looks about right. 50, 60, or 60 cents here. We consolidate back down into 2023. And then as we approach 2024, we'll start to see a rally back up for another bull market. Typically a cyclical pattern like this. You can kind of see the same approach happened in the past here for XRP. We had a bull run. We have a bear run. We have a cyclical pattern. So bull run, bear run, consolidation, followed by a bull run again, or consolidation like this, followed by a bull run, then a bear run. Now we're looking for the same pattern. So you can see 1, 2, 3, and then we have 1, 2, and now we're looking for the third right here, and then we're going to see the same thing repeat itself. So cyclical, we see in the markets here. So you can see the first thing we had was a bull run to the upside here. The second phase is the bear market. Then we had a third consolidation where prices actually do peak to the upside here slightly, but they come back down eventually to retest their previous lows. Then we restart again. We see a bull run to the upside here, which we've already experienced. We see a bear run to the downside here. Then we're in this phase, this consolidation phase, where we see prices consolidate, they flatline, they head up higher, retest resistance, retest their prior lows again, and then a run to the upside is then set. And then we see the bull market, which is about 2023, 2024. Why do I pick those dates? It's not because of randomness. It's because the Bitcoin halving is at the end of 2023 into mid 2024, which is the same time I would expect to see the price for XRP also see a rally once again. So it is cyclical in the way these markets run. So to see us correct back down again is not surprising. If you go back in the past and you look at the previous halvings of Bitcoin, we typically see a pullback to the downside, surprisingly the same time the S&P is doing so, but it's the similarities in the markets here. Now, I also believe very short term for XRP, the reason we saw another correction is because we seem to have developed a higher low pattern forming on the RSI. Because we peaked at the top here, there's a good chance we're going to pull back down. There's a good chance we'll pull a little bit lower, to be honest with you. Now, once we hit bottom here, which would be closer to this uptrend here, that's when we will buy in with expectations of a rally, setting a stop loss, of course, in case we break through the support here. But ideally, I believe we're going to see something like this happen and then see the correction again. And it'll be cyclical like that. But what we're waiting for is for this to hit bottom support at about 50 on the RSI, 47 on the RSI, followed by a run to the upside short term. So something like this, followed by a run. This is what we're ideally waiting for, and we'll trade this run right here. Now, moving forward with Ethereum, this makes sense because we can be confirmed through Ethereum's charts, why we're overbought. You can see clearly here, or why we're correcting, that we have started to see a dip. And we've discussed in multiple videos that because we hit the moving average here, and because we hit the price ceiling, and because we are overbought, it calls for correction, which is exactly what we're seeing happening now. We're starting to see prices correct, which is expected, anticipated, and made sense. That's why we took our profits. So what we're waiting for is the consolidation to complete itself, followed by another run to the upside. You can see here, we seem to be forming higher lows. So there's a good chance we'll hit a low again, higher than the previous one, followed by a continued run to the upside here. Same thing applies itself with Bitcoin as well. It's a very cyclical market. You can see since we've broken through main resistance here, there's a very big chance we are going to see a cyclical pattern play out, running us to the upside. It could be now, to be honest with you. It could be today or tomorrow, we start to see a run to the upside as we're getting very close to bottoming off on this uptrend. Same thing applies itself to the S&P 500. S&P 500 is hitting overbought. And because we're nearing overbought here, because we're at the price ceiling, because we're at the moving average, there's a chance we'll see consolidation. Of course, we can head higher up, but it'd be an extreme overbought territory calling for a correction here. So conservatively, wait the dip. Let's be a little patient here. We've had some profitable trades. We've talked about shorting Ethereum. We've talked about shorting Bitcoin here. So hopefully you guys took advantage of that. But with all that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.